Hi, welcome back to another adventure in the kitchen. So today I'm going to be making one of the most popular British Indian restaurant dishes, beef madras. If you want to change the beef for chicken, prawn, fish or vegetables, please do so, not a problem. So a little bit of history first. So the British Raj is another name for the colonial rule of India by the British in the 18th and 19th century. They had a major outpost in Madras, which is now Chennai, since 1996, and the returning British obviously got the taste for Indian spicy food, and they'd get their servants to knock up a curry powder, and that became Madras curry powder. So it's quintessentially a British concoction inspired by the great tastes of India. So this is a totally Anglicanized dish that you won't find in Madras. I was actually in Madras last November, or Chennai should I say, and the food's fantastic. So I want this recipe to be sort of true to its roots and sticking to some of the ingredients that you would commonly find in Tamil food. So the English brought back plenty of curry powder, which got referred to as Madras curry powder. But in 1996, Madras came Chennai, hence this spice that we're going to be using, Chennai Masala. So it's still true to its roots. All the typical ingredients you'll find in Tamil food, curry leaf, black mustard, fennel, etc. And we're going to be using some Garam Masala. So what's great about these two masalas, which is a mix of spices, is that they're all freshly ground to order. They all have like authentic ingredients in them, and they're going to totally lift the taste of this curry. And you can order them on eBay. I will put a link underneath in the comments section if you want to purchase them. So as this is a British Indian restaurant dish, we're going to be using some base gravy, but for those of you that don't want to use base gravy, just simply slice up 6 tomatoes finely and double up on the onions. It'll be fine. So I'm now heating a suitably sized pan, and I've got my base gravy heating up alongside. So I've just added enough oil just to cover the bottom of the bowl. So what we're going to do, we've got some onions there. We're not simply just going to fry them. We could have left the onions out in this dish, so they're really finely chopped. As I said, all the ingredients are down in a list in the comments. So I'm adding a teaspoon of brown sugar. I'm using Jaggery. And I'm using a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to caramelise those onions for around 5 to 8 minutes, which is going to infuse the dish with a really great taste. So that's been around 5 minutes so far, but it'll continue to caramelise. I'm going to add the ginger and garlic now and continue to cook for another 3 minutes. Nice gentle flame. So next I'm turning the heat up slightly, and we're going to add the beef that's been cut up into bite-sized pieces. Just going to seal that for 5 minutes, just so it's cooked through and there's no pink. Next, I'm adding about 100 millilitres of coconut cream that's been diluted with a little water. You can use, maybe 5 or 6 tablespoons of coconut milk if you wish, but I just think it's good to put it in the early stage to really infuse the meat with that coconut taste. We can also add our powdered spices at the moment, which, thanks for the taste of India spices, are nice and simple and really colourful. Saving the Garam Masala for last. So I'm just going to let that fry off for a minute or two. Next we can add the tomato puree. Some split chilies there. What do I mean by split? Chilies that can be taken out after. You just want them for the acidity, so it's good to add them early, because the longer you cook chilies, the more acidity that gets into the dish, and you definitely want your Madras spicy. So there's no need to give timing on anything. You add an ingredient, you let it come back to temperature, sizzle. Add the next ingredient, and that's the processes. Next I'm going to add the first half of the base gravy, and some Kasoori Methi, dried fenugreek leaf, and we're going to put a lid on because it saves having a heck of a mess in the kitchen to clean up. We're going to give that a stir first. So the beef has been sealed. So once the first half of the base gravy is cooked and reduced, we can add the next half. And this is how we're going to soften the beef. It's been sealed, so now we need it to absorb flavour. So I'm going to bring this up to temperature, turn the heat down, and those spices that we've added are really going to help the taste a great deal because they're freshly ground. We all know the benefits of freshly ground or homemade spice mixes are the best, and that's what you get from Taste of India because everything is freshly ground to order. So it must be quite a laborious task, but the quality is there and it certainly smells great in the kitchen. So once that's come up to heat, it's time to turn the temperature down, cook it low and slow, and we're going to put a lid on and tenderise our beef. And I'd like to say that when you're using mixed powder or store packaged powders, they're pretty dull. They've been sitting in the packet for months, and mixed powder is the same thing. So I made a mixed powder recipe, it must have been about 2 years ago, you can find it online, where I made the whole thing from fresh. So now we're talking. So spices are everything. You don't get your spices right, the dish isn't going to taste right. So on with the lid, and I'm going to slowly simmer that for about 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes, it's time to add some other flavours. The juice of a lime, a teaspoon of Garam Masala, remember this serves two, and we've got some yoghurt diluted with a little water. So that helps loosen up the mix, and we're going to continue cooking for 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to give that a quick stir. And just one thing to mention, if you're going to use salt for its active ingredient, like we did with the onions, it helps caramelise, it prolongs browning, intensifies the flavours of the onions. Always check your food for salt right at the end as well. So just a little pinch, lid back on, and that's going to be good to go, but we will come back and have a quick look what that looks like once it's fully cooked. So after about an hour, door to door, so to speak, I like to turn the dish up just at the last minute so it can be turned off now. And my beef is totally succulent. It just breaks apart in the sauce. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that video. I've really enjoyed making it, and I've broke one of my resolutions. You can actually find the ingredients in the description of the video, which is pretty amazing for me. Hope everyone's safe. Thanks for watching.